Okay, time for another project, and this is something that broke over the winter apparently, and I don't know if it's because it froze or because it just got old and cracked, but we found that our shower head had fallen off, and looking at the pieces on the end of the hose, there's a piece of plastic. I pinched it off so it wouldn't leak water if we used it a little bit here, but the plastic on the end here basically had just broken off and it was old and brittle. So it could just be that it got old and broke. But looking at how to fix this, I think rather than trying to find a new fitting that goes on the end of this hose, because the hose I think is not maybe as flexible as it should be and is probably due to replace, what I found is just replacing the hose itself, I think will work. And I've already taken this out and checked. It does thread on fine to the shower head. And it's about the same length as the plastic one we had before. This is what my local hardware store had, was just this chrome one. I think that's okay. I don't think it's going to hurt anything that it's chrome instead of plastic. However, we ran into a little problem. The connection up here seems like it should be really easy just to unscrew this and take off the old hose, but when I try to unscrew this, it's twisting the pipe back behind. So I can turn this, maybe halfway or so, and it just springs back to where it was. So I don't have a way to grip or get a hold of the back side of this. So I'm going to have to take the bench out in the back. I'm going to have to take the wall off the back of the bathroom module so I can get to the back of that and hold the pipe to take off the hose. So now I'm wondering if I made the right choice and not just trying to find a new fitting to fit in here, but I'm just going to go for it anyway and we'll see what I learn. Okay, so I've taken the screws out of this back panel here, and I was hoping that I could slide it out between the cushion and the wall here, but it is just too tight. The cushion comes down too close here, so I can't actually get it out. There were just 6 screws here. There was one at the top, one here, 2 down there, and then there's one back here. Fortunately, there isn't anything behind the cabinet here. So this wall is loose now, and I think once I take this bench out, and maybe the support below the bench, we'll kind of see how it goes. I should be able to slide this out, and then I'll have a full view of the backside of the bathroom module, and hopefully I'll be able to reach up and do something about that pipe behind the wall so I can replace the shower hose. Okay, so I got the bench out, and I thought I was going to need to take the platform out, but there's a notch in this wall that's just tall enough to come up over the platform when it's up against the ceiling. This platform is not stock. I built it myself. There's another video about that, but apparently it must be similar to what would originally be here, because once I got the bench out, I was able to wiggle this up and get it up on top of this, and now I think it will just slide out. And once I get past the cabinet here, I should be able to twist a little bit and just take it down. Now the piece on the bottom that kind of pokes out is a little flimsy, so I'm going to be careful not to break this. All right, set that down there. And now we've got access to the back of the shower module. So here's the shower module. I'm guessing this is where the kind of towel rack is mounted, and I think this is where the shower hanger is mounted. Got some wires. I don't know what these go to. Probably, well, yeah, who knows? It's the way things are on the coach here. Sometimes you find things you don't know anything about. I am interested in seeing the vent pipes and things, because a future project is going to be to do the black tank. And so I'm going to need to probably get access to these things. Water heater right here. pretty easy access to this end of the water heater. We've got the vent for the fresh water tank and some wiring and electrical and things here. I can see the door in the bathroom right here. So if you open the kind of door in the bathroom, you can see the water heater. It's just right there. What I'm not seeing very well, let's see, here's the back of one of the lights. I'm not seeing where that pass-through is. Oh, yep, I do. So way up high, I'll move out of the way so we can get the camera in there. There is, right up here, this line. So a gray line that goes up, and then you can see some fittings up there. You can kind of see my fingers touching it there. That is the pass-through for the shower hose. So that's what I need to hold on this side in order to unthread it on the inside. I'd like to find some way to secure that on the outside so that if I ever have to do this again, I don't need to take things apart. But it actually wasn't that hard to take it apart. So if it turns out I have to just leave it the way it is, once I make sure nothing is leaking, then I'm probably going to feel okay about things. So making progress, looking good so far. Okay, so we got the hose hooked up and got the shower head here. It attached very nicely to the new kind of chrome looking hose. As far as up here, once I got to the back side and could grab that with some channel locks, it was a piece of cake. I just unscrewed the old one, screwed on the new one. We tested it to make sure that it actually was going to not leak on the back side of the wall or anything like that. But it works great. So actually, other than taking the bench out of the back and having to take that wall off, it was a pretty easy fix, and now we can take showers again.